down here in the back alley of the South Philly market. This is not trash, all right? It's someone's garden. South Philly style. Came down here to get some salmon for today's dish. Today we're gonna do seared salmon with citrus asparagus and gnocchis. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the gnocchis yet. We're just gonna do it on the fly, but we're doing gnocchis with it. So stay tuned, it should be fun. First thing you want to start prepping for this dish is you want to get your potatoes cleaned. Now I have Yukon potatoes here, which I roasted last night, so I had them ready for today, prior preparation. You just want to roast them in the oven with a little oil, salt, and pepper, 400 degrees, like 35 minutes, just until they're fork tender. And then take them out, let them cool. You can do the same day. So we just want to clean these, and we're going to spice them up with some fresh basil. If you never fucked with a ricer before, today's your lucky day because it's been a while since I have. It's just dope device. You just put potatoes in there or carrots or whatever you want to rice and then mash them through. The Yukons are probably the best to use also. They have more flavor than a normal potato. Fuck, this one didn't get cooked all the way. Just need about 2 pounds of potatoes. That's good enough. But to this, we're gonna add some mushed basil to give a little extra flavor, get a little color. And we're gonna use this giant fucking thing. A mortar and pestle. Just go ahead and get yourself some basil and just get the leaves. That was like 3-4 branches of basil. Now to this, you can add your olive oil because it's gonna go in here anyway and it's gonna help this mush and macerate together. So a tablespoon, you wanna mash it. You don't want like whole pieces in there. So this could be like a 3 to 4 minute gig.
It's like work.
You got your mortar and pestle, Scott. You got what you wanted. You wanted to see this thing in action. It sucks. This is good for like crushing up pills and shit for ravers. Take that goop and go right in your pan, or right in your potatoes. You want a little pinch of salt, lightly. Don't mash them up. Lightly mix that basil oil concoction in. Don't just dump the cup of flour in there. Add half of it, mix it up. Once you have it all mixed up nice, take a little pinch, and we're gonna test it. We'll throw it in the water for a minute, let it cook up, we'll taste it. If it's soft, boom, we're good. If it completely deteriorates when it hits the water, add another 1/4 cup of flour to it. Put a little flour down, and then we'll dump this out. Now you just wanna work it together. Squeeze, don't really knead it. You don't wanna overwork the flour. Remember, you want light and fluffy, you don't want chewy. Now, if it starts to get sticky on you, you can add a little more flour. But if you're starting to get sticky, that means the flour's mixed in. So now you wanna just take your little test ball and try it out. So we got water in the back here. Go small with it. There it is. We got a fucking gnocchi. So now we got our dough, it's finished. Get yourself a little bit of flour. And you just wanna roll this out. Your dough's not falling apart. You use enough flour, this is what you should look like. Now, you can make these as big as you want. It doesn't really matter. But for these today, we're gonna do like, I guess the thickness, it's like maybe 3 Twizzlers. Now we got our water over here, up to a raging boil. Salt this water like crazy. Use sea salt if you have it. Probably 2 teaspoons. Ow, fucking dick. It's been about 3 minutes total. Once they came up to the top, I let them go another 45 seconds just to get them. Now you wanna shock them in an ice bath. Because later on, we're going to saute these. We're gonna saute our gnocchis, a little olive oil and some butter. So we got our pan over here ready to go. Already preheated. Going with some oil. Tablespoon, ooh, that's way too fucking hot. Don't fucking do that. Now you're just asking for trouble. We're gonna add a tablespoon of butter. We've got our pre-blanched gnocchi, dried, chilling, right in with them. So you want to let these saute for a little bit, probably 2 to 3 minutes, just to get a nice little color on them. Use a slotted spoon if you have one so you don't get that extra grease. Little by little, you don't want all that extra fat on there. These smell so fucking good. The next step for this dish is we have to make the Beurre Blanc. We're using white wine. I got Pinot here. You got Chardonnay, that's fine. If you got box wine, that's good. So you need like 2 cups of wine, some thyme, like 7 sprigs of thyme, and then you want to use 1 shallot. Now you want to reduce this down. You're taking 2 cups of liquid, and you literally want 2 tablespoons of liquid. You want to start off on a high heat, reduce it to medium. Make sure it's not too hot. Make sure it's not just destroying your sauce. This is a light sauce. Treat it gentle. Keep checking it. If it's going too fast, slow it down a little bit. Take your time. Let it go. Time is what you need for this. Just let it go. Now we have our reduction, which is literally just a syrup. If you can see that. You want to turn your heat on, but turn it all the way to low. Making this sauce, you want some heat. You don't want the heat to boil. You don't want the butter to separate. You're trying to emulsify. So you want some heat. 1 pat at a time, 1 tablespoon at a time. Butter goes in. You just want to move it. You want to get it to emulsify. Once the butter starts to melt, you'll be able to add, a little bit more. This is very time consuming, Do not add another one until the first one that you added previously is completely gone. Perfect. Not broken. Complete butter sauce. Sweet. So buttery. That was sweet cream butter we used. It makes it so nice. You can add a little citrus to this. Squirt of lemon juice. I'm gonna add some lemon juice to it. It won't hurt it, it won't break it. It'll level it out a little bit. So we're gonna add a little lemon juice to that and then we're done. That's it. Now the last big prep is your salmon. If you go to a normal grocer, they'll have nice salmon fillets, usually skin off. You can get skin on. I'm taking the skin off for this. I don't like salmon skin. I don't care if other people like it. If you like salmon skin and you wanna crisp it up, you can do it the same way. You just start skin side down. So you wanna get yourself a salmon fillet. Come on, where the steaks at? There we go. These are dope. You can definitely tell they're fresh. You just look in their eyes. If that shit's like mad cloudy or like foggy almost, like that's clear for now. But like over 2 days, that shit'll start to change. Don't fucking buy them. Touch your fish. It's supposed to spring back at you. If that shit just puts an indent in, that shit is bad. Don't eat it. Uno de centro.
El centro.
Sí.
El centro.
A ver, eso está.
Tengo esto.
No, está bien. Dame eso.
¿Sí?
Hey.
¿Esto está bien?
Sí, yo lo corto. This is just market fresh, sitting in ice. You wanna rub your fingers up the grain to make sure there's no small bones left. If there are any, you can easily just pluck them right out. You don't want to use this like this. If you use this like this, you got salmon fat down here in tissue. This is gonna cook before this cooks. So this is gonna be dog shit beef jerky, and this is gonna be whatever. So we're gonna clean it up. First, I wanna take the skin off. Now, you wanna make sure your knife is very sharp. When you do this, you gotta hold your knife at an angle. Don't hold it like this. You just want your knife tilted. So start, wiggle the tail. Hold your knife still, wiggle the tail meat. We can go back and trim up anything we miss. Just go through and clean that up. You're gonna take this. See, man, that was so close too. All that fucking garbage has to come off. Like, that's knife skills 101. Then we wanna trim the piece up. You want a nice even square or rectangle. So that way when you put it in the pan, everything's cooking even. So now we have our salmon fillet. Set this over here. We'll salt, pepper this. You got your pan? Hot. Hot. Tablespoon of oil. If it's smoking hot, turn it the fuck down. You're gonna burn it. So take your salmon, top side, flesh, not the skin side, away from you. That's what you wanna hear. Spend about three minutes in the pan. We're gonna flip our salmon. It shouldn't stick. If it sticks, something will happen, something wrong. La Raville Magnifico. Oh my God. You want to take a tablespoon of butter and add it to the pan. And we're gonna baste it. We'll add a sprig of thyme. Oh my Lord. This we're gonna stop right just about medium when the butter starts to brown a little bit. Probably wanna do this for about 2 minutes maybe. We take it off, it's medium rare right now. When it sits, it's just like a steak. Let it sit, let it chill. It'll probably be about medium, probably still a little medium rare-ish, but just close. It's gonna be real nice. So we'll let that chill. The next stage is we gotta prep the asparagus for this dish. All we gotta do is eliminate the bottoms. Get them out of here. And then go into hot water with it for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, take them out, ice bath. Take them on the ice bath and let them dry off a little bit. We'll show you how to saute them up in a minute. Now return your pan to the heat. So that extra butter and that extra oil in there, we're gonna use that to our advantage. No need to throw it away. It's already got some nice flavor. Take the asparagus that we blanched earlier, pat it dry, throw it right in your pan. Now, this is basically 3/4 of the way cooked. So you basically just wanna heat it up a little bit. So while that's in there, get yourself an orange, get yourself a lemon, get yourself a zester. You don't have to use a lot, just a little. You want the essence of it in there. The other side's getting crunchy and crispy right now. That's okay, because as soon as I put this pepper in, we're turning it off. So you'll have one side that's caramelized with a little bit of flavor, but you still have something that's not overcooked mush. You know what I mean? You also don't want to burn that orange and that lemon you put in there. You just want enough heat to open it up. Let it breathe. Get some more flavor in there. Go around a plate with them. Probably something stupid, but you know, there's too much green on this plate. That's the problem. Tuck them in there. Now we'll get the salmon that we set aside. Make sure you have a sharp slicing knife. That's a little well done, but whatever. Medium wellish. Lastly, we'll get our sauce. I have another pinch of thyme here. Just took it off the sprig. I'm gonna mash it together in my fingers. Add it right before we go on with it. Give it another kick. And you can use as much of this as you want, because it's yours. Our mission today was salmon. Basic salmon meal. Easy to make at home, easy to make for friends, easy to make for your mother. Finished it off with a nice Beurre Blanc, a white wine and butter sauce. Very delicate. Very, very, very difficult to make. If you achieve the perfection, congratulations. So, hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hit the subscription button on YouTube. Give me a like on Facebook. Have a chill day.